Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome back to Hades 2. We're going to do sort of a traditional Charon run. It's been a little while since we did it, Charon Axe. So we got the night turned on for the Arcana card selection, and that's pretty much the cheeky thing that we got going on. We got Apollo for elusive gains, so to not have to worry about magic, but we'll do 32 PR to keep things kind of spicy here. Not too bad. Commotion is on, which means that the timer could be a little spicy early on. But we'll do our best. Hopefully it won't be a problem. Have to have Vow of Arrogance on, I kind of feel, at 32. It's just the way she goes. It's interesting, because like I could turn on other vows that don't sort of diminish the build of the run. But further increase the challenge. Like, because that's an easy fear to have on, I guess you could say, right? So I could willingly take an annoying fear that it would not be optimal just for the sake. I don't know. I don't know if I'm totally interested in doing that quite yet, though. Maybe at some point in our career. Maybe at some point, I'm sure it'll happen. The difference between... Sorry, I had an itch. Wasting time here. Difference between 300 hours, 3,000 hours, perhaps. Selene, you say. You don't say. Miss Selene. I mean, I just feel like palming... Lucid Gain just doesn't feel that great. Selene fits in quite well here. I don't know what we're going to get, but we'll do our best here. We just passed the 4-year anniversary of Hades 1. Hades 1 1.0. I mean, there's a lot of like dates around Hades 1, so it's understandable if you don't have them memorized like I do. But Hades 1 launched on September 17th of 2020 into 1.0. Prior to that, it had launched on Steam in like December of 2019 while still in early access. Prior to that, it had launched for the very first time, unannounced, on the Epic Games Store in December of 2018. And it flew under the radar for quite a bit there, I think, on the Epic Games Store, as you can imagine. When it came to Steam, it definitely started to get a lot more attention. It was also, you know... I don't know if there were... I kind of wonder if there was any other game that falls under this. It was a launch title for the Epic Games Store, meaning the night, the actual ceremony where they announced the Epic Games Store and launched it, Hades was one of the games that was on the store that night as a quote-unquote sort of surprise. Fun little trivia there. So, yeah, I don't think they fully knew, you know, that about some of the... Come on now, buddy. The blowback some developers would get. Giga Cleaver, let's go, baby. Your Omega Special fires 2 times in succession, but costs plus 15 magic. Hindsight 2020 kind of thing, right? I guess we'll save our money and go to Arachne. Cast damage would be fun. We got Chaos in here, too. Did not get cast damage. I guess you just take the money then, because we shouldn't need the Azure dress. I don't know, it kind of doesn't matter that much. So that's both mini bosses. But I guess we're still gonna skip for Chaos. I'm a little nervous for the timer, honestly. We have plus 20% enemies on. So I think we do gotta be careful. We missed the 46%. This one's pretty much free, but you do kind of need it. You do kind of need it, because we have Arrogance on, and higher rarity boons will prime some of our magic. Interesting. It's a tough one. We will need it, and it's free, whereas this is less free, but still not bad. Cast damage is more fun. We all agree? Take some max magic here. Okay. I just gotta pay attention to the rarities. Alright, good. We got Nemesis, so the timer should really not be a concern already, I think, at this point. But yeah, I guess like to celebrate the Hades 1 anniversary, we can kind of talk about... I know this isn't Hades 1. We can kind of talk about some of the history here. I kind of figured we did do a stream, and it'll be under the live tab here on YouTube if you want to watch it, where we revisited the game and we did on all aspects speedrun. So we did all 24 weapon aspects of the game in a row. It took almost 8 hours of straight playing the game. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. It was very fun. I still love Hades. I still love Hades 1. It's still, you know, just as fun to play as many other games. Lucid's cast is fine, right? If we do it, I might be okay with Blitz on the special too, honestly. Dang, look at this timer right now for us. Yeah, I think we're cool with a common Storm Ring. It'll do. Moonwater refilled. We gotta make sure. I kind of forgot about it. Oh, yeah. We're fine in terms of armor here. Or health, rather, for Moonwater. If you don't know about Giga Cleaver, there's a slight delay between when the second special drops. Between when the first and second special drops with Giga Cleaver. Meaning that you can actually squeeze in an additional cast, and so you can get the cast damage, the Omega cast damage, to trigger twice. That way. I've kind of realized that I don't know if I've ever done a run where we focus purely on Omega Special that isn't, you know, abusing the cast damage. Might have to be in the works soon at some point. It would still just require this hammer. And the thing is, you'd probably still just want to do... It would feel wasteful to do any other aspect here, you know? I think. Cast a Moonwater for ourselves here. Okay, that's for the start of the next zone. You really don't need special damage here. Breath of Arrows might be okay. It's cheap. Yeah, we'll take the max magic. We palmed Lucid Gain with the Nectar, so that unprimed it. We do have a lot of money, but if we want to take a lot of cool boons, then we're going to have to just get more max magic anyways, the way I'm looking at it. It's not super... It doesn't really do anything now, but it's okay. It's fine. This might be the best cast in the game right now in some ways. I don't know. It kind of just depends on the situation, I suppose. Breath of Arrows already triggered. I'm way too greedy when it comes to trying to squeeze the attacks in correctly. At the start of this, because she's so predictable. She does the exact same thing every time, right? It is you, right? No, it was not you. Whatever. If you don't know that much about Aspect of Thrawn, yes, you can sort of dodge. Ooh. You can dash at the end of charging it, or rather while charging it on the Omega Special. Meaning you can kind of change your position right before you fire it, and it kind of just gives you a bit more viability, because otherwise standing in exactly one position... Any second now, lady. Standing in one position in a fast-paced game like this is just difficult. Using Moonwater. Okay. That actually took a while, I'd say, for the fight. It was kind of hard. Gonna go ahead and use another Moonwater. Don't really want to... You could file for Storm Ring. You could. Do I want to? Is it that big of a deal? It's a lot of cast damage.
Which one would help?
It's probably one of the better things that we could do here. I'm not really worried about dying. We don't... It doesn't... There's not a problem with, like, Vow of Arrogance or anything. I don't know if that's that big of a deal, truth be told, though. I'll take another Breath of Arrows. With Moonwater, maybe it's not a big deal, but it's just really cheap and easy healing, right? Cheap and easy, just like myself. Palm is not necessary. Chaos, here we come. Hades 1. Hades 1. I know, I told myself, like, I'm going to talk about, you know, for fun, like Hades 1 and how it came about and everything like that. A lot of this stuff is actually... that one's free. I'd like that. It might not be that big of a deal. You know what? We have 10 rolls. Why don't we be a little bit greedy here? Rejected Flourish isn't so bad. More cast damage would be fun. All right. I'm gonna go for it. All right. We'll be fine, right? Okay, not the wolves. Oh, Breath of Arrows. Ooh, 24. Come here, Wolfie. Now with the Inferno Bombs, I gotta focus too much. Oh, shoot, I messed up. Sometimes I'm curious how these enemies even live here. Okay. Moonwater, thank you. Now, we have quite a bit of money. So you might want to go Narcissist, but I think it's about time we actually spend some. Since there's no mid-shop later on or anything. Yeah, I'll take this. Money I'm not as interested in, probably, but I don't think we need the magic restoration. You're impervious. I want more fountain uses. It stores any health you lost during the last 2 seconds. I guess, if anything, it should be the money, huh? Restores more health. And what is the last one? After using your Hex, gain Serenity with your next Omega move. Yeah, sure, we'll do it. We'll aim for it, I should say. I kind of just want to apply Origination right about now, so I would be willing to take her special for sure here. Or not, you know what I mean? There's Controlled Burn. The magic isn't a concern. It's common. I think we take it. It's fine. Demeter's here. She'll help us. Local Climate would be nice for some additional cast damage, but I don't know if that's where we should really focus. Yeah, the Hades one launch, there was no, like, heads up that it was coming. I mean, that seems to be the studio's recipe here? I don't know why. I think they're making fried chicken. They kind of don't do a lot of announcements like that. Okay, that's not going to prime too much. Let's use our Moonwater again here. They don't really tell us ahead of time when exact dates for things. I don't remember for their previous games. But yeah, surprise launch. So even though I was like a diehard fan of the studio at the time, because I'm a nerd like that, I guess, I actually wasn't aware that they had launched a game until I'm gonna guess it was January, maybe. No, it must have been January. It was a handful of weeks later after Hades had already come out. It kind of flew under the radar, I guess you could say. And I wonder if that was the case for like a lot of people. Whoa. I've had a lot of people ask me, oh, should I play their other games? Which one do you start with? And I can definitely provide, like, that's one of the more common questions we get around here. I can definitely provide for that. I guess we do Stormring there. More Zeus? Yeah, we'll take some more Zeus. Can't get Blitz, unfortunately. But I think I still like. We really wanted Origination by now. So, potentially my favorite game of all time. My favorite story that has been told of all time might be their game Transistor. It's very touching, highly recommended. We don't want Lightning Lance. It messes with trying to drop your cast while using your Omega Special. It makes it not really work. So we'll take a common Double Strike. Won't hurt the priming or anything like that. I don't really want to have to use the attack that attempt to apply Origination. You could, but it wears off so fast, the Blitz, right? Oh! Oh my god, it's a massacre. Oh my god. That double cast damage. That double cast damage from Chaos right now, I think. Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, that's Charon for you. So Transistor, amazing story. It's not a long game. You know, I think you can get it done in like 20-ish hours pretty easily. It's not a roguelike. It's really just more of a unique RPG. Amazing songs, amazing voice work, all the Supergiant things that you come to expect or hope for if you've only played Hades and or Bastion or Hades 2 or whatever. You know, like in terms of the art, the music, the design, A lot of the systems you'll actually see a lot of mechanics and systems that kind of carry over, even though the games are all quite different. So highly recommend Transistor for anybody. Their first game, Bastion, which is quite old now. God, I think it was like 2011 when it came out. It's still aged very, very well. More chaos? Chasm. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No way! Triple chaos? Okay. Now I'm excited. Give me another breath of arrows. That's insanity. That is insanity. Okay. So, where was I? Transistor, please go play it if you haven't. Not everyone, like, usually if you get feedback about the game, some people say they bounce off of the gameplay aspect of it, or portion, or whatever word we want to use here for it. I actually really enjoyed the gameplay, but at the least, like, I really don't think the story will disappoint you. I think it's really well told, very touching, very meaningful, a little sad. Highly recommend. Sudden Cleaver, yes. Now, their first game, Bastion, is probably the most like Hades, while not being Hades or Hades 2. So if you haven't played Bastion, but you just want something kind of safe, if you liked Hades and you kind of just want something safe that you think that you'll like just about as much, I think you can enjoy Bastion. Again, kind of a short game, maybe like 25 hours if I were to guess. But a great story was told in that small amount of time. Very unique. Kind of like a great, almost like, I would say period piece, but I mean, that makes it sound like it looks old. I still feel like if you look at some games in terms of visual style, some just age so much better than others, right? I'll take Blinding Sprint for origination now, please. Ooh, I don't think I locked it out, but I guess I don't really remember. Okay, Moonwater again. Nova Strike, Perfect Image, Supernova. Oh, I don't know if I've banished it or not. So I know I took Lucid Gain. That's the only boon we had so far. I don't remember what else was offered. I can't recall. These are all epics. I like Supernova. I don't deem it necessary. Okay, good. I don't really like Prominence Flare in a build like this. It's just a bit messy, I think. I think there are some builds where Prominence Flare is fine, but it kind of just messes with the whole flow of things. Probably don't really want more Apollo, but I think we just take the evade here.
Thank you, my friend. My friend.
So I would highly recommend both Bastion and Transistor. Yeah, let's get more Moonwater to get that Serenity buff. Just kind of for fun here. Don't really need any more boons from those other gods now anyway. Did it go? Oh, it went. Oh, it went all right. Trying to get, like, the good flow things, it kind of requires very precise button presses. I need more practice. This is, like, the strongest aspect in the game right now, but I still feel like I'm way behind the curve in using it super well. Now, they do have a third game, and this one is probably the one that it seems pretty clearly to be their least successful game. It was their third game out of 5 now, right before Hades, and it's called Pyre. And it's a bit more RPG-esque, especially in terms of how the story is told. Bit more closer resembling that. And the gameplay is very weird. It's kind of like a weird, like, fantasy RPG basketball game. So if that sounds like it's for you, go ahead. There was a lot of reading, there's a lot of dialogue involved, which it felt kind of strange when you think about it, because they were known, there was still voice acting in the game, but it's more so purely out of narration. I think there was just more dialogue than they could really spend to voice act, I guess. You know, they really wanted to tell an earnest story, I think, in that game. I wonder how big of a difference having fully voice acted the game that would have made. I don't know. It's an interesting game. It took a while for me to get hooked on it, truth be told myself. So I guess if you forced me to pick one that I like the least, I guess it would be Pyre, but I still think I really enjoyed my time. Definitely worth whatever price you got to pay for it, 20, 25 bucks, I don't know. I think most of these games are out on a console, too, by the way. We have a lot of money. Zeus, we already have Double Strike. There is... We don't want Lightning Lance. Isn't there something else we want, though? Spirit Surge kind of sucks. No, Zeus doesn't really have much, does he? Oh! We can get the Duo Boon, and I'm willing to prime the magic for it. I reckon. Was it 40 magic? That's kind of a lot. Air quality. Doesn't do anything, because our cast damage is already above 30. We don't have any cyclones. So as far as I can tell, it does nothing. Don't want Spirit Surge, especially at a high rarity. Swapping doesn't really do anything for me here. One more roll. Hey, Hailstorm. Your freeze effects also cause lightning bolts to repeatedly strike afflicted foes. Is that 40 magic? It was 40 magic. I think we'll be fine, though. I think we'll still be okay with that. More than okay. Okay.
Don't take your sorrow out on me.
Yo. Holy shit. Eat one dog. I keep accidentally not dropping like the cast before the Omega special, so I'm kind of missing out on some amount of cast damage, I think. Might hit me there. Like, I did it again there for a moment. It kind of eats your input if you try to do it too soon, so yeah. It's interesting. It's kind of like like if you want to play this aspect really well, the skill ceiling is actually really high, I do think. Tore up. Imagine if I actually had to, if they re-rolled the boon on us there, that'd be so sad. Don't think we care about experimental hammer. We got like the two perfect hammers for it. This is honestly like the perfect build right now when you look at the cast damage we got and everything. We got Moonwater. We got the two best hammers in the game. It's kind of silly. We are on 32 fear, so it's not wrong to put on a defensive keepsake. Do I necessarily feel like I have to? I guess not. We'll do Black and Fleece then. Feeling pretty good. Ooh, there you go. There you go. You will take that Preserved Hope too. We got crazy amounts of money. That'll feel good to inject ourselves with. We really don't need anything else here either. Completely unnecessary to go for anything else. But yeah, if you haven't seen, there is a No Clip documentary. No Clip is the name of the channel, company, whatever. It's a channel here on YouTube. And they do a full documentary about the making of Hades, and then they also go into and cover some of their previous games retroactively. They're all really fascinating. You get some insights and some sneak peeks at some early builds of Hades 1 and everything. It doesn't look like we're getting anything for Hades 2 here. It was also interesting because that documentary, I believe it was being released alongside... Oh, whoops, I'm out of magic. Whoopsie doodle. How do I let that happen? I believe it was alongside early access, meaning that, you know, you kind of, if you were playing early access Hades 1, you would actually be able to kind of see the behind the scenes as you go a little bit. At least a little bit. Definitely recommend checking that one out. I've watched it a few times. I mean, I guess that's to be expected for me, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do Deep Descent. Life Tax was probably good, but figured with Preserved Hope, Moonwater, all that crap, we'll be okay. I was gonna say, am I not... Oh! Did that hit? I'm not sure. Sometimes I feel like I'm not getting the magic back when I should, but it's probably me playing bad. See, that was me getting out of it. Okay, that was a nice quick room at least.
3 chambers still to go.
if I get like a cyclone or something, does that matter? There's also local climate. The cast damage, 1, 2, 3. The cast damage is going to wear off the buff that we got from the well. It's going to wear off either way, so I guess I'll do this for fun, honestly. I think I missed our second cast there. Damn, though. Holy shit. Don't really care about cold storage. We do have some rolls here. There's Gale Force. Yeah, I'll accept it. I kind of don't want an epic boon anyway. We'll do Palms. Maybe just free up some magic here since I've actually run out a little bit recently. And you don't want to get stuck in that cycle. Like, I can't even get off 2 Omega casts right now. Okay, as I accidentally jump out of it, it seems. Nice chamber, huh? Save the moon water. So I have to palm the special if I want to free up any amount of magic. I mean, it might actually be the best one anyway. Let's skip the money now. Have y'all played? Let me know. I mean, have y'all played the other Supergiant games? What's stopping you? If you did play them, which one did you like best? Which ones didn't you like? Etc., etc. I'm definitely curious, because I would love to get people more interested in the studio as a whole. I have uploaded playlists of me playing the previous titles at least once. We've played through them on stream a handful of times each. Whoa. No thank you. But yeah, I believe I have a playlist at least for Bastion and Transistor. 99% sure. Somewhere out there. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm trying to remember. I think Bastion... Was it like an Xbox exclusive for a little while? It might have been. I can't remember now. It did come to PC eventually, which is how I got to play it. I've never owned an Xbox before in my life. I don't know if I've ever been super interested in any Xbox exclusives. And it's interesting because it seems like Microsoft and Xbox are kind of getting out of the exclusive thing, huh? But then again, like, Windows platforms, you know... Does it still count? I'm not sure. Definitely the Witch's Mark. I'll take Breath of Arrows. Did I have a roll? I didn't think I did. I kind of forgot that in Hades 2 here, when you buy something and you re-roll it, it doesn't refill like in Hades 1. Because that's what would happen in Hades 1, right? I kind of forgot. Can actually afford it all. That's quick buck and everything else. I want to be careful here. Okay, a rare is fine, I think. But, okay, Calm and Supernova is great for us, too. Okay, lovely. That could have been messy. We could have been forced into some swaps or something here, but... Yeah, this was, like, more than a fun run with, like, 200% plus cast damage. Like, that is a monstrous amount, to say the least. And then, yeah, like, everything just went incredibly perfectly here, I'd say. Breath of Arrow's already going off here. Alright, so we have Gale Force. Bonk, bonk. Holy shit, the numbers. Those golden numbers right now. Local climate doesn't really do anything here besides give you 20% more cast damage, by the way, if you're curious. Like, the whole following you part of it doesn't matter anymore. Could we do this? I couldn't do it. I tried. Oh, maybe I could have if I had dedicated myself to it. Maybe we could have gone for the ginger skip. Oh well, what can you do? Slow down. You slow down. Woo, baby! Moon water for fun! He's dead. Wow. Holy shit, that was crazy. Whew. Probably the strongest build in the game. Probably the strongest build in the game. I think when the game first launched, like I was kind of underwhelmed with Zeus, but now with this cast boon and everything, I don't know. I've turned a corner on it, to say the least. Holy cast damage! Look at that, 178k. Omega Special actually did more than I would have guessed. I know we had Giga Cleaver and everything, so of course it dealt a lot of damage, but nevertheless, I kind of forgot about Clarity. I could have had more magic damage from the Serenity there. What can you do though? But yeah, the cast damage was absolutely out of this world here. 3192, 46%. Add those up and you get a number that it's just silly. Just how much actual damage we got from it. Forgot a little bit about Hail Freeze. Interesting. Oh, Hailstorm. Is that what's called? Okay, yeah. It only did 4K, huh? We got it a little late. Not that late, huh? And we had Double Strike? Maybe it's just because everything else... Maybe it's just because everything died relatively quickly. So it didn't work out. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you got questions, if you need advice on Supergiant games or really any games, feel free to ask in the comments. Like and subscribe too if you haven't somehow. And I'll see you in the next video.